Okay, so I'm repairing this PSP. Well, not this one. I just took apart like an old one, like for parts. I'm actually fixing this one for a friend. I had to take this one apart too, so I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to show you guys how to take apart a PSP. These are all like just random parts inside. I'm going to be replacing the disk drive, which you had to take the PSP completely apart to do. And also I'm going to be replacing this, the little joystick. And while I'm at it, probably the power button right here. Just a little kind of, it's just weird. I should just replace it. I'm gonna be placing all these parts in a box just not to confuse you guys. I'll leave that there. To take this off too. We're replacing that. If you guys want to fast forward this part right here. Zoom in. I just want to tell you guys. You guys should have a good set of screwdriver, like precision screwdrivers to do this. Otherwise, you're just gonna be having trouble the whole time. Get something like this Husky one here. Comes with everything. A little place to put your screws too. Get a magnet, because like it's gonna be really hard to get all these screws out. Trust me. And with that, I'm gonna start opening this up. So just use this time to pause and clear your head. That way you don't get stressed out over this. So what you want to do is flip it over. Get your screwdriver, start taking these apart. And you want to group the screws. Put the screws into different groups. Like this is step 1, removing the housing. So on the housing, there's going to be one screw here that I already removed, another screw here, 2 small ones right here. You have to remove like a little void sticker if you haven't already opened it before. 2 screws right here, and 1 more right there. Otherwise, you might just break it if you forget that one. My screwdriver's already magnetized, so I'm not really having trouble getting the screws out. That seems to be sticking to the screwdriver just fine. And I won't be moving the camera for this video because I don't have a real stand, and it was a pain in the ass getting it to sit on top of all these objects. And then the last one right here. This is a customized one. They don't make them in black and white like this, unless you get this Darth Vader one, which this is a 1000 model, the original PSP model. Alright, so we got our first set of screws right here. Just keep them together so you don't confuse them. Just start taking off the buttons, and you're gonna want to remove all this, the joystick, and well, I mean this too. It just depends what you're doing really. Then from right here, you're gonna want to get a screwdriver on the side right there of the where these buttons are. Just you're gonna want a flat one for this one actually. And then just pop it off like that. It'll lift off like that. And then after you pop it off, there's like a little latch right here that keeps it in place. And then after you pop it up, you want to pull this off, put it to the side. And then the screen, most of the time people want to replace the screen, so this is as far as taking apart you'll have to go. Right here, try to like gently, well, on this one it's kind of loose already, but like if it's like you haven't opened it before, it'll be a little harder. You're gonna want to stick a flat screwdriver on the side right here and pop it out. But don't lift the screen all the way up just yet, because after you're gonna want to lift it from the top, and underneath you're gonna have all this wiring. And you're gonna want to, hold up, let me see if I can get it closer. Pop this one up, and then pop this one up right here. And then it should pull off. So there's like two little things that you have to pop up. This thing, this little black flip thing right here, boom. And then this one too. That's the only thing attaching the screen to the PSP and to the motherboard. All right, and from there, we got the screen off. We're all good. To remove this plate, this metal plate, there's a screw right here, another one right here, and 3 more down here. You want to put those in a group together, that way you don't confuse them with screws that go somewhere else. Sorry, my hands are a little shaky. So remove those 6 screws that I just showed you. Boom. Boom. Make sure you put the screws back in the same spot, because like they're like, for whatever reason, this thing has a lot of different sizes, and they all have to go back in the same spot. All right, so from here, let's see. Oh yeah, you gotta remove this where the triangle, X, square, and circle button go. You're gonna want a flat screwdriver like this. Then you're gonna want to pop it out of this little thing right here. Should pop out like that. Then from there, you want to remove this this little latch right here, so you can pull it off. It's also attached to the right button up top, so you want to remove that piece too. And then it's just one little piece like that. All right, from there, all right, you remove the charger so that you can lift this piece right here. Alright, well, you don't have to remove it unless it's damaged, because it's attached directly to the motherboard right there. You just like move it out of the way, that's fine. Just pop that off with the screwdriver a little bit. It's nudged underneath this little plastic. And just keep, just pull it out of the way for now. Just like it, because it attaches underneath the motherboard. And then you want to remove this screw for the directional pad. Alright, then you want to lift that, but don't like pull too hard because you still have to flip it like that, and it has another latch right there. You can either use a flat screwdriver or your thumb, just be careful though, and then it pulls out. And from there, if you want, just get this out of the way. This one attaches the disk drive to the motherboard. Just get that out of the way. Then the speakers. This one's a little tricky because like you can mess up the speakers. But like try getting like something like this, but be very careful. And like remove the speakers because they're kind of hard to get out of there, as you can see. I'm choosing to use a box cutter. And like it'll come out just like that. It might be harder if this is your first time doing it, just because it's not been moved before. But I've opened this one, taken it apart like many times, so it's a lot easier for me. And don't forget this one at the bottom too. Forgot what this one connects to, but I want to remove it though. This little. And then there's one screw on the motherboard holding it to the actual PSP frame, housing, whatever. All right. So just I don't know, like on taking apart PSP, a flat screwdriver is kind of like your best friend. All right, it's all loose. Put that to the side. And from here, you're gonna want to, all right, so there's 3 screws. There's the one at the top right here, on top of this. And there's 2 on the side where the plastic, with this plastic piece right here, this little plastic Z. You want to remove these 2, and then you want to remove this one. Your screws might look a little different, but that's just how these ones look because it's an aftermarket housing that I used. All right, and that should just lift off like that after you remove those 3 screws. And then you want to take this off too. All right, so this one's being kind of a pain in the ass. So just like wherever you need to use your little flat screwdriver, it'll really help. Okay. It's usually not this hard to take out, but for some reason, it's just giving me a hard time. All right, right here. This one's not in anymore, but this is the earphone jack piece. It's just kind of wedged in there, so you just gotta lift and pull. That'll take it off. And this is what it was attached to. It was attached to this little piece. Okay, and this is the hardest part right here because you can damage the UMD door. All right, so what you want to do is there's like two little things on the side that hold the metal door to the PSP housing. There you go. Sorry, I was a little bit rough on that one, but just try to be easier than I was. You just have to use your flat screwdriver to try to get it off the door. It's these two little things that this thing right here that holds it into the door like that. So just make sure the UMD is free of the door. And then you have to kind of just be really careful because you can damage the door, but you're gonna have to kind of like wedge it out, figure out how to do it. There's no real easy way to do this. All right, so this one I got lucky. I got free pretty easy. Let's put that to the side, and you're gonna need a really small screwdriver for this one, because there's four little screws. One right here, one right here, one right here, and one right there. And when you're putting it back on, don't over tighten it because you could damage the threading for the that holds the UMD drive in place. I've done it multiple times and it doesn't hold in place right. I lost that one somewhere. It's alright, got extras. Yeah, see, like this one, it seems like it's damaged already. All it does is spin and it doesn't come off. Got lucky, I was able to get it out. So yeah, when you put the UMD drive back on, you don't just be careful with it. You don't gotta like tighten it like a whole bunch. Just leave it snug so that you don't damage the threading for the UMD door. And after you take those 4 screws off, it should just come out. All right, so what you want to do, sometimes these little rubber pieces stay behind. Take those off. That's what helps keep the UMD door nice and snug. These little black rubber pieces, and put them back on the UMD drive. They go in these little slots on the sides where it's open. So they should just pop right back in like that. See, there's one more over here. Just pop it back in. Okay. And that is how you take the PSP apart. Now I will do one where you put it back together, but that's going to be a different video.